freeing up your time in your accounting or bookkeeping firm, and more importantly, giving even better results than you currently do for your clients. So let's dive on in. I'm just going to check that sound is working and that I can see if you comment. So let me know. Hashtag live if you're here. Hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. Let me know that you're here. Give me a shout out. Let me know your name. Which platform are you watching on? Are you on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter? Because I'm going live across all of them. And say hello. Let me know how you're doing. So let's dive on in, and today we're talking about how to decrease the amount of time that you spend working with your clients, increase your free time, increase the results that they get, and increase that customer experience, and make sure that you are perceived as a really, really slick accountant or bookkeeper. Okay, hey Elliot, hey Nimish, how you doing? All right, so how many times do you get asked questions? How many times a day do you get asked questions about how do I do this? How do I do that? How many times when you're onboarding a new client do you have to explain time and time again the process of how you work with people? What it's like when, how you have to get their accounts transferred over to you, the platforms that you use, how they have to use Receipt Bank, how you use Xero and how to get up in Xero and get up and running with that. How many times do you have to explain this on a daily or a weekly basis? And I can pretty much guarantee that it is many times a day and many times a week. And you get emails asking you the same questions time and time again. And when you onboard clients, it is a lengthy process that can take you 2 hours to 2 months to get them moving through the process. Now, I used to have this problem as well. So whilst I am not running an accounting firm, I run an advisory firm. And for years and years and years, I advised people on a one-to-one basis. And when I took on clients, it was a very manual process to get them onboarded into my business. And when I took on clients, it was a very manual process with one-on-one coaching calls that last an hour. I managed now to get my coaching calls down to 20 minutes. Okay, so what I want you to understand is you're trying to offer advisory, you're trying to give that value add, but actually it's exhausting. And the way it tends to work is you get in a meeting, they ask you questions, you look at where they are, you ask them what they need most, and then you spend time teaching them. Okay, you teach them how to work in their business, how to get better results, how to increase profits, how to save tax. You teach them what to do to run their business. And this is where I think accountants and bookkeepers are really missing an absolute trick. I've seen a few firms do it, and I know that it will work 150%. It will reduce your delivery time down to maybe 10% of what you're doing now, because you just need to embrace what I do in my advisory firm. Okay, I advise different things. I advise around marketing and sales and team and scaling and time, but what you do is advise around numbers and, surprisingly, marketing and team and scaling and time. You will be giving advice around that. So what's the process? What do you need to do? Well, first of all, you need to think about your onboarding sequence. And when clients come to me and they join my Momentum program or the Content Lounge, there are a sequence of emails and a sequence of videos that explain how to actually maximize the opportunities in the Momentum program and the Content Lounge, how to get help, where to get help, who to get help from, depending on whether it's an admin question, whether it's a financial question, whether it's a marketing question. So if they have any questions around how to actually implement stuff in the portal, it's me. If it's to do with the accounts, it's Matthew. If it's an admin thing, it's Claire. There's all these different people in my business, and rather than send out emails time and time, different emails, when they ask questions of who can I speak to in accounts, we pre-think the top 10 questions that your new client would ask when they started working with you. You record a video to overcome those questions, so to answer those questions, okay? And then what you can do is you can add them to an online portal, or you can just host them on Vimeo or YouTube and send a link direct to them. But what you're doing is you're answering those questions in a video, and you have all the emails set up. So welcome to ABC Accountants, and at ABC Accountants we get these 10 questions asked first of all. So here are the 10 questions that you probably will want to ask us. Here's a video with the answers. Okay, hit me back a reply and let me know that you've watched the videos. Okay, now if you don't get a reply, then you need to follow up and make sure they know how to do the onboarding. But what you've done is you have leveraged your time because you've recorded a video once and you're sending it out 10, 20, 30 times, 40 times, 50 times. Okay, so you're leveraging your time there. So onboarding is seamless. Now, if there are any admin tasks that need to be done, you can get your team to do that because you can do the onboarding videos. You can come across as the person that's looking after your new client because you're doing it through video, but your team can do the admin bits, the chasing of the information, all the things that they can do. Okay, but you are still giving an amazing onboarding experience because people feel like you are onboarding them, not your team. Okay, right, that's the first thing. The second thing is, let's talk about advisory. Let's talk about the fact that I know with my accountant, for example, we meet with him a couple of times a year and I ask him the same questions. Where do I find out my profit? What things can I run in zero to understand what my cash in and cash out is? What kind of money can I take in dividends this year? How do I work out my profit? All these kind of things are questions that I would ask my accountant, and I probably ask him once every 6 months exactly the same question. So what I want you to think about is when you're offering advisory, there are going to be questions that you get asked by your clients time and time again that have a simple answer that really bothers you. You're just like, oh my God, this question again, I need to answer. So what we do is we record the videos to answer these advisory questions. Now, when you are in the books with your clients, when you're actually looking at their numbers, that's a different matter. That's something that's bespoke. But I'm hoping that the bespoke stuff you are actually charging very highly for. Okay, that's okay, because if you're charging a lot for the bespoke stuff, then you're actually getting a good ROI. But if you're only charging like £800 a month for advisory, then you need to be thinking about how can you leverage that advisory? How can you teach? How can you put yourself in the place of teacher through videos so that you can save yourself time? Actually, if you record something in a video, it's going to be better than you repeating yourself time and time again so you don't forget something. So your videos are going to be really good and they're going to be really eloquent, and you're going to actually be able to explain something in a way that your ideal client understands. So your clients will actually get a better experience through videos than if you're sat there in a meeting and they're overwhelmed. If they've had a bad year and they have no money, then they're going to be really stressed in that meeting. They're not going to take in what you say. If they've had a great year, they're going to be really excited. They're not going to take in what you say. So we need to record these videos. So you have the onboarding videos, which are like the top 10 questions people ask when they join your firm. Record those, upload them to a portal. You then have the questions that people ask in your advisory meetings, where you meet with them monthly, quarterly, bi-monthly, whatever it is, okay? And you upload those to a portal. So when you're in your advisory meeting, where you're in a one-on-one situation with them, you can say to them, right, so what are your questions? And they can say, what's this answer? What's this question? You go, right, I've covered that in this video. I'll send that through after the meeting. Another question. And you then give them lots of videos to look at, and you're leveraging your time. So your delivery goes down, your time goes up. Their results go up because they can revisit this video. Remember, if you explain cash flow forecasting, if you explain profit to someone who doesn't understand it, they have to hear it about 7 times to really get their head around it. Okay, so what you're doing by using video and what you're doing by recording all of this is giving a better experience. Your clients will get better results. They will feel looked after. Now, when you have this portal, here's a key one, right? When you have this portal in place, you will find that you won't lose your clients to your competitors, because you're adding value to your clients in a way where others are not. The number of accountants that will do what I'm suggesting today will be tiny. All right, because it takes a bit of work up front, and you guys think that you're really, really busy and you don't have time to do it. But if you invest this little bit of time, you will give yourself back so much more time. But most importantly, you'll give a great experience, and your clients will stay with you longer. They won't look at other accounting firms, because other accounting firms just offer accountancy, whereas you offer coaching, teaching, training, business advancing, because all of this is about helping and empowering your clients to have a better business, because they have the portal that they can go to learn from you and your expertise. Remember, you've spent years and years studying. You've got letters after your name. You've done so well. And as a business owner, we don't get it. We don't understand it. So we need you to teach us. You need to dejunk those numbers and show us how to analyze them ourselves and how to understand them. As a business owner, it's a priority. And you can do that by recording videos, putting them in a portal, having an online program that educates us and enabling us to stay with you, because of course they don't get the portal when they leave you. If they left you even, they will stay with you for longer. The amount of money you can charge will go up because the experience will be better. The results that they get will be better. So again, you can charge more money as well. So many plus points. It's all about leveraging your time, leveraging your efforts, and also getting better results for your clients. Hope this has been useful. If you would like to find out a little bit more about how you can implement this in your firm, comment below the word momentum. I've got some exciting, super exciting things happening in 2021 for the Momentum program. One of them is covering this information that I've shared with you. And if you would like to benefit from we're increasing the price of Momentum next year because we're 10xing the amount of value that you're going to get. But if you would like this year's prices to be able to then get the value from Momentum next year, then comment Momentum below and we'll reach out to you and we'll get you signed up so that you can benefit from that. All right, I'll catch up with you all soon. See you later.